hanging out another day out in the bay, doing some filming, live broadcasting. Hey. Just hanging out another day out in the bay, doing some filming, live broadcasting. Hey.
We are live, by
Function.
the way.
Right, perfect. Keep it nice and easy.
Hey.
Since we're outdoors, I was like,
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to mess with the settings out here.
Okay, well, let me know when you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, a little welcome.
Ready?
Yeah, definitely. And
My
we're ready.
sickly face.
You're good to go. Right there, bro.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Desire to Inspire Studios live streaming. Tonight we're at To Celebrate Life Grant Awardee reception here at Servino's Restaurant in Tiburon. This is our third live stream event and we're pretty excited about it. Tonight, to our knowledge, they are awarding over $375,000 to other organizations that are supporting breast cancer. We are Desire to Inspire Studios. We are people helping people. Enjoy the show.
Great. It's pretty
Remember to
solid,
stop
bro.
talking.
Oh no, it's all good. We'll get one next time.
Cesar, will you capture that?
Sorry, you're still in.
Yeah, but I have to say, every once in a while, so I listen to her, and then I'm just like, and she was saying, but then after that, I'm like, then I just, and then this one thing comes up, because when he, I just picture him. He's just around him. He's like me. He's like this punchy, huggy. When he took, I do have to say, when he took my face. I was like, and I'm sure I was like urinating all over the floor. I'm sure I was. Oh my God. Every day, all over the nation. Very nice. Well, that's what everyone to pay for their infusions, to get to their to get back to them, to get home, to know everyone on the table for their family, oftentimes taking care of and I was just like, yeah. He was there. Yeah, but like someone I don't like every single day. He does not get around more. You just get this nonsense. I write grand stuff that we just ran right out. I hope so. I write like John even go there with me. So how are we going to come out of this?
That's not good anymore. I mean, it is good. What I want to say.
I do too. Just like the first Republican, I mean, what has to happen.
What I'd like to ask you to do is to take your name tags off. Taller people in the back row. Shorter people with the lounge. And you get to see this, have this all the recipients.
So everybody with those.
All of the recipients. Yeah, with the green.
Which is true. I mean, I hate to say it, I'll put down oh yeah. Say Libby.
Okay, so if you have a green star, you're in this photo. You are a star. And on this side, if you would do scooch like, actually tip so you're kind of like standing like this. Is that it?
Well, okay. Roll call.
So we got your broom.
Colleen here? That's what you can. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's it's just a lot of work. It is. Thank you. And I know the interest is like I was waiting for you to say that.
I don't see her in there. I don't know. The photos are already being taken. I don't want to disrupt them.
We should have 22.
So we might not be represented. And I apologize. I can go in if you want.
Is she here?
She should be here.
Oh,
Okay.
so we're missing.
I'll squeeze in.
4 people. Let me see if we can do. Hold tight. Can I just see if we can go around? So we're missing Melba. You're a standby.
Happy to perform in any role.
Well, okay. And I know Kelly. So
Okay. If she
comes in,
we'll switch out.
yeah. So.
You stop first. Tip your shoulders like this. That would be great. There's no hiding in the back. It's not permitted.
Melvin's here.
One, two. Good. Couple. So the Great Photographer's Lie is just one more. So just one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just one more. 1, 2, 3. All right. Last one for real. 1, 2. Okay. I'm having a hard time seeing you, so we need to open this up just a little bit. Thank you very much.
Yes, exactly.
I did this when we were outside.
You told everybody there. So those
Our size of organization,
Yes, you are.
So Lawrence, how are you?
Thank you.
we have a great vegetable right now.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna keep it going on.
Pizza.
All right. Okay.
No cheese.
Hi, Feather Ives.
Oh, hi, Feather.
Hi,
Are you
Elaine.
Malbrook?
Yes.
Okay. Watts. Hi. How are you? I'm doing Valencia. Okay. Valencia? We are good. Right? We have game night on the 4th of April. We're going to be having a game night. Oh, okay. I know, it's close. It's coming up. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the president of the To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation, and I'm so excited to have so many people here tonight. You know, I've been working on some notes for what I was going to say tonight, but when I get here, it just kind of goes out the window because I get so excited about this event. Other than our gala, this is one of the highlights of our year. This is so special because in this room are To Celebrate Life volunteers, To Celebrate Life donors and sponsors, and To Celebrate Life grantees. And that is pretty amazing to have everybody together all at once. So in the next couple minutes, you are going to be hearing from our 22 grantees this year for 2019-2020 grant cycle. And you're going to be inspired by the stories they're going to share with you about the work they're doing with the funds that we are providing for them. This is pretty special. The other thing that is pretty special is that this is our 24th year. And with this grant cycle, we will have granted almost $5.5 million. So I think I can speak on behalf of all of our volunteers that we are really, really proud of what we do. We love to raise money and we love to give it away. So the outreach in our communities would not be possible without the extreme generosity of our donors and our supporters and the love, passion, and hard work of all of our volunteers. So I want to thank everybody who's in this room for being here. Congratulations to all of our grantees. Enjoy the evening, and what I'd like to do now is introduce you to Molly Schmidt. She is a board member for To Celebrate Life, and she's also our grant chair. She's going to MC the evening for us.
Well done. Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Molly, and I just really want to take a moment and say thank you to each and every one of you for being here tonight. It is a really special evening where we give money away. At To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation, granting funds that we raise is one of the core of our foundations. It is a very competitive process, and we're grateful to the TCL board for the passion to uphold our mission. To the check presenters tonight who represent the diversity of our donors and our volunteers, and to the TCL back-end staff like Elaine C., who coordinated all of the ever-changing RSVPs with the flu season. And I also want to give a lot of gratitude to the 14-person grant review committee who put in a lot of time, energy, and thoughtfulness to ensure that the grantees reflect our priorities of emergency and direct services, which includes screening and diagnostic testing, emergency financial assistance, and other direct services such as meals, transportation, support groups, and complementary therapies. And tonight it is our honor to give away $375,000 in granting fund for this cycle. So congratulations to the grantees. What an amazing group of 22 grantees will be honored tonight. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Pat Kendall. She's our first check presenter. She is the medical group advisor from Kaiser Permanente.
Good evening, everybody. I have the great honor of presenting an award to Altabate Summit Medical Center for the Carol Ann Reed Breast Health Program. And I'd like to call up Ricardo Fauster. Ricardo, are you here? Please come on up. And why don't you come over here? For the picture, you have to be on that side. That's what I've been told, anyway. And the Altabates Fund serves under and uninsured for breast cancer and screening and diagnosis. So that's a great honor and privilege to serve the under and uninsured. So this is for you, and thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Okay, I have one more, and that's the Bay Area Cancer Connections, and I'd like to present to Colleen Carballo. Hi, Colleen, come on up. What's that? Oh, okay. How are you? Good, good. And this money is going to be used for access to care, and I'm going to present this to Colleen. If you look right over there, you're going to take our picture. Hopefully they get more of you than me. And I am going to pass this to you to say a few words.
Thank you.
And I'm going to, Ricardo, I'm going to ask you to come down if you'd like to say a few words.
Okay. Well, my name is Colleen Carvalho, and I'm the Director of Programs and Services at Bay Area Cancer Connections. And on behalf of Bay Area Cancer Connections, I just want to thank everybody at To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation for your support and for choosing us as one of your grantees again this year. We are honored to be here tonight and to receive this grant. And at BACC, it is our mission to support anyone affected by breast or ovarian cancer with services that inform and empower. And for the past 14 years, To Celebrate Life has helped us achieve this mission. Over this past year, they helped us to provide 367 mammograms, clinical breast exams, and follow-up diagnostic procedures to women and men who are uninsured and living at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. They not only helped us provide these screening services to those in our community who couldn't have afforded them without this help, but they helped us to remove barriers that many of our clients face to receiving care through the provision of things like transportation assistance, translation and interpretation help, and support accessing practical assistance like childcare so that our clients can attend their medical appointments. And to illustrate the power of the grant in the lives of our clients, I wanted to share the story of one of our clients that we will call Farah. Farah is a 39-year-old female from South Africa, and she was referred to our program by one of our referral partners in October of 2018 because she didn't have any health insurance. We enrolled Farah in our screening navigation program, previously known as our Women Caring for Women program, for a clinical breast exam, diagnostic mammogram, and ultrasound. Farah mentioned that she was extremely worried during our intake because she had noticed a lump in her left breast, and her family has a history of breast cancer. She mentioned that she felt the lump in September and was very glad that her clinic had referred her to our organization because she wouldn't have been able to afford the services she needed otherwise. Unfortunately, the diagnostic mammogram and ultrasound did show suspicious findings. She was then referred by our program partner, CPMC Mission Bernal Campus, for an ultrasound-guided biopsy in December of 2018. Farah was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma and subsequently enrolled in the state's breast and cervical cancer treatment program in January of 2019. And Farah continues to be supported by our client care coordinator and the rest of our staff as she moves through her treatment journey. We are very grateful to Celebrate Life and all of you in this room and other program partners for all that you do to support our clients and our community like Farah. Thank you all.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Ricardo Fauster, and I'm the Director of Corporate and Foundation Relations for Altabate Summit Medical Center. And in celebration of our multilingual skills, I'd like to say buenas noches. All right. I'm actually a substitute, but actually an enthusiastic substitute tonight. Eileen Consorti, who was a surgeon and director of the Carol Ann Reed program, was supposed to be here tonight, but she had an emergency, so here I am. Very proudly, and it's great to be part of this organization. I'd like to congratulate To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation for its dreams turning into a grand vision, and it's been wonderful from what I've seen. I would also like to congratulate all the grantees, and I think this is obviously a collective effort that's having an impact throughout the Bay Area. Now, because I'm a substitute, I wish I had knew more about what the total impact will be in terms of the grant that we're receiving, but I understand from talking earlier this morning to our program director in the East Bay that the funds from this grant will probably cover about 50 to 60 mammograms for uninsured or underinsured women. So I think that in itself is a great victory. All right, so thank you so much.
Next check presenter, I'd like to call up Sue Bull. She is the Stepping Out model, or a Stepping Out model from 2009, and a longtime To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation supporter and donor. Sue.
Thank you. So the first group is the Breast Cancer Emergency Fund, the first grant that I'm going to give, and it's Cynthia Hester. But unfortunately, Cynthia was here, but she didn't feel well, and she had to leave. So we'll be sure that she gets the check. Group, yes. And the second one is Brestoration Inc. Fern Ornstein, who is here, I think. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, very happy.
Thank you.
Okay, for you.
Oh, okay. I have it on my phone. My daughter said I had to use the phone, no paper. This might be tricky, but thank you. This is so exciting. I've been here for several years in a different capacity, and this is the first year that I'm here with a new nonprofit called Brestoration Inc., which I'm so thrilled to share that was just launched last night, officially. Actually, I did it because today's my birthday, and that's, thank you. And that's why I'm dressed so fancy, because I thought I deserved to do that. And I was a model in 1996, so everybody usually forgets that, because it was a long time ago, 23 years. So every year that I've been coming here, I've always reminisce about that event and how wonderful it was and what we were able to do from the monies raised. So now I'm, again, not in the San Francisco general capacity, but as the new executive director of Brestoration Inc., which will provide 3D, three-dimensional nipple and areola tattooing for low-income women and men in need. We'll start in Marin County, and I'm so thrilled and thankful to Celebrate Life Foundation for having the confidence and just embracing my vision and instilling the confidence in me that I can do this. And it did all start with a pilot project back in 2013 when I was the breast care manager at the General. And I had been coming here for our lymphedema program. But during that time, I had the great insight through just an email that came from a foundation in the Midwest that was offering grants to help women complete their breast reconstruction. And so it was a surgical reconstruction grant. And I reached out to them because I had just a couple of months before met a fabulous artist by the name of Sasha Merritt, who's a tattoo artist, and she had come to talk to our Navigator group, and when they were talking about reconstruction options, the surgeon and Sasha presented in their PowerPoint some slides, and I got to see the nipple and areola tattoos that I think there were about 12 of us in the room, and I think we all almost fell off our chairs and with amazement at how realistic these nipples and areolas looked. And I kept Sasha's card and said, you know, I'd love to work with you someday. And then fast forward to this email I got with this grant opportunity. And then I reached out to them and said, this isn't surgery, but it is a non-surgical option. Would you consider funding it? And the funder said, we've never done that, you know, submit it. So I did. And in 2013 and 2014, at the General, we tattooed 43 women. It was all women at that time. Most of them were from the General, but some were from other areas, including Marin. We had referrals from Marin General and Kaiser. It took a while to do the tattoos because it's not an easy process to make that decision. As we know, I mean, back when I had breast cancer and had a mastectomy, there just weren't that many options. And sometimes one more surgery, whether it's to construct a nipple or to have a deep flap or something where you're having to deal with additional surgeries, is a lot. So the process took 2 years, even though it was a one-year grant, because the decision-making that goes into actually, you know, embracing the nipple tattoo is complicated, and many of our women were monolingual speaking, culturally diverse, and so for some of the cultures, tattoos were kind of taboo or unknown. And it took a lot of a lot of education and raising awareness and the use of visual aids to help the women make the decision that that the nipple tattoo could be helpful in regaining their sense of confidence. I could go on and on. It's such an exciting project. I don't want to take too much time, but one of the things that we did do is after we finished the grant, after 2 years, we evaluated it using the Avon program, infrastructure. And what we found from the evaluation was all 43 of these participants felt that it had improved their self-esteem, their sense of closure around their breast cancer reconstruction. It had been a powerful, life-altering experience, and we are hoping to publish this data someday. We have preliminary data that we shared at an international conference. So because of that, it really helped me to see that this is something that somebody who cannot afford to pay for a nipple out of their pocket should be able to have access to. Nipple tattooing in general, when it's not done in a medical office, is not covered by insurance. And so like many things that we talk about every year here that are not covered by insurance, and yes, we know we have a plan to make a plan to have a plan to have insurance, but that hasn't happened yet. So maybe someday that will, and it's just in my visceral body that I knew after this project that, that everyone and everyone deserves access to this option. And we want to be able to reach out to the rural communities, to those who are the most underserved, and help them understand that this could be something that would work for them. And that's the mission, and we're gonna go forth. And thank you again for having the confidence in helping us do that. And Sasha Merritt, our tattoo artist, is here, so please stop by and say hello to her. She's incredible. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Next, I would like to call up Rick Armelini. He is Vice President Charles Schwab at San Francisco.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. I would like to present a check to the Sonoma support, and I would like to bring up Terry Adolfo. And Terry, I'd like to thank you in advance for the work that you're doing for the emergency assistance for people with breast cancer.
Hi, I'm Terry Adolfo with Cancer Support Sonoma. I was here last year. I had been with the organization 2 weeks as a practitioner, and so I wasn't paying much attention to all the people. I don't remember there being so many people. But what I can say is I'm humbled by all of you, all my peers, and all the list of people who are getting awards today. I mean, it means everything. Cancer Support Sonoma is an organization that provides complementary therapies such as Jin Shin Jitsu, acupuncture, Ayurveda consultations, Ayurvedic massage, lymphatic massage, oncology massage, nutritional consultation, support groups, individual counseling. Did I miss anything? I can truly say that if it wasn't for To Celebrate Life, we would not be here this year. We provided over 600 therapies this year to our clients. And if you live in the Sonoma Valley and you're diagnosed with cancer, you will be driving, your friends will be driving you, somebody will be taking you to your care. UCSF, Stanford, Terra Linda, San Rafael, Santa Rosa, some Rohnert Park. We have no oncologists in the Sonoma Valley. So this money means everything to us. I want to read, and I'm going to be really fast. We'll call her Renee. Cancer Support Sonoma is a sanctuary for healing. I have an aggressive form of breast cancer that doctors are fighting with strong chemo drugs that have severe side effects. The support services I receive from Cancer Support Sonoma are integral to my battle with triple-negative breast cancer. Through the healing, caring, support provided, I don't have to leave my community or look for yet another ride an hour or an hour and a half away from my care. I don't know what I would do without them. Cancer Support Sonoma is truly a sanctuary from the storm. I'm in a really unique position because, as I said, I started out to be just a provider with Cancer Support Sonoma, and the executive director had left, so I came on board to help with fundraising and whatever else I could do. But I firsthand hear what their needs are, and with the grant this year, what we're going to be exploring are some new things that I'm hearing, especially with breast cancer, and that's pain, neuropathy, mobility issues, and community. And that's what we provide because all our people come together and talk about what's going on in their healing. So we have partnered with and collaborated with other groups in our community for Pilates, yoga, meditation, and Qigong, and it's with your support that we're able to do this. So thank you all, and thank you to all my peers.
Next, I would like to present a check to the Ceres Community Project, and I'd like to call up Susan Parnes and Joanna Lucas. And I'd just like to thank you both for the work that you've been doing with the healing meals for breast cancer patients. Hello.
Hi, my name is Johanna Lucas. Thank you so much. My name is Johanna Lucas, and I've been a member of the board of the Ceres Project for just a little over 2 years. In fact, 2 years ago, this was my first event, and I showed up here to all of these incredible people trying to explain why we were so incredible without really fully embracing it yet. But I have now, and I'm so honored to be here. So at Ceres, we really believe that food is medicine. We truly believe that. And the grant money that we're receiving from this organization to Celebrate Life is going to help us fund over 17,000 meals for breast cancer patients and their families in 2019. And it is amazing. It is amazing. And one of the other wonderful things about the organization is not only do we create healthy, organic meals for patients that need it during a time when they're struggling to just breathe in and out every day. We also use volunteers or work with youth volunteers, teenagers, to teach them how to cook these meals together and make a contribution to their community that's going to last their lifetimes. So thank you so much for honoring us again. To Celebrate Life has been a great supporter of BioMarin since 2012, since almost our inception, and we're honored to be part of this group.
Thank you. I will just make a little announcement. Talk a little closer to the microphone. I guess that includes me too. Okay, next I would like to, now you're going to get it. Next I would like to introduce the next check presenter of Judy Wetterer, Director of Marketing for the Nancy P. and Richard K. Robbins Family Foundation. Judy.
Sorry. Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here. I'm actually the Director of Marketing for Wareham Development, not for the foundation, but I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the Nancy P. and Richard K. Robbins Family Foundation, and to present this check to the Charlotte Maxwell Clinic. Please welcome Melbra Watts. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic provides integrative medicine and basic human resources for low-income women with breast cancer. Thank you.
Good evening. First of all, just thank everyone for all of your passions, for your missions, for all of your donations. It's just a really kind of a humbling and a moving experience to be here and to know that for all of the work that we do at our clinic, that there are others behind us who care just as much and let us know in such tangible ways. We really, really, really appreciate this. Charlotte Maxwell Clinic's mission is to provide complementary and integrative services to low-income women who've been diagnosed with cancer. Charlotte Maxwell herself was a woman who was an activist and who was able to afford the care that she needed once she was diagnosed, to have something beyond the regular medical procedures and treatment, but to also have what she needed to kind of improve her quality of life. So whether it was acupuncture or massage or making sure she had the very best foods, those were the kinds of things that she was able to do for herself. And once she did eventually pass on, her friends got together and said, we must continue this. We must try to continue Charlotte's mission and provide to those that she served in her activism, people we know that would not be able to afford these kinds of things. And so what Charlotte Maxwell does through mainly volunteers, we have over 220 volunteers providing everything from acupuncture, herbs, massage, Reiki, guided imagery, hypnotherapy, and all those kinds of things through several shifts each week. And it's provided to the women in our community who come, who make their way for a special day for themselves. It's certainly a major challenge for many of these women who have, many of them are taking care of other family members, many of them have food insecurity issues. We have over 65% who have indicated that food is really a challenge for them because so much is going for rent and those kinds of things. And so we really, really appreciate the opportunity to have these funds to be able to provide some additions for them to make sure that they have what they need, the meals that they need to have the strength that they need to go through the medical treatments. The other thing is that Charlotte Maxwell was able to move recently, just as of last week, as a matter of fact. Again, with the soaring rents in Oakland, the rents were going up astronomically, but we were fortunate to find a wonderful new space that's right across from Summit Hospital, near Kaiser Hospital, where we get a lot of our referrals. And so we hope to have a grand opening sometime, and we'll invite everybody to come and see our new place. So thank you so much again.
And next, we'd like to congratulate Community Health Partnership and welcome Anna Jiong. Community Health Partnership is out of San Jose, and they're a community mammography access project.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank To Celebrate Life for funding Community Mammography Access Project, again for the second year. So Community Mammography Access Project provides patient navigation to the low-income, uninsured or underinsured population in Santa Clara County. So we have a team of patient navigators that To Celebrate Life helps to fund, and they go out into the community. They're bilingual patient navigators who help to educate the community about the importance of breast cancer screening, the importance of early detection, and then they also help navigate these women to a medical home, especially if they are low income and uninsured. Their health may not be a priority to them, so really following up with them and providing the guidance that they may need to make it to the mammogram and hopefully a normal, negative, I guess, diagnosis. So, and then they also help to link them to the breast and cervical cancer treatment program if they were to get a positive diagnosis of breast cancer. So in the last year, we were able to help navigate over 100 women in Santa Clara County with the To Celebrate Life Fund. So thank you very much for your continued support.
Thanks, Judy. Wow. Next, I would like to ask Linda Lipstrew. She's the Vice President and Manager of Bank of Marin to come up and present our next two grantees.
I'd like to ask, you want that? I want that. Christina Fernandez Stickler to come up with HERS Breast Cancer Foundation.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here tonight. As Kristen mentioned earlier, it's great to be in the room with so many people that care about others who are in need and who are surviving from breast cancer. So thank you very much. HERS Breast Cancer Foundation is now in its 21st year. HERS has meaning. It's an acronym. It stands for Hope, Empowerment, Renewal, and Support. And those are the things that we strive every day to restore in our patients. So we have 3 locations. We're in Fremont, Pleasanton, and we just opened a 3rd location in San Leandro. We're really proud of that. So with support from organizations like To Celebrate Life, we are able to just advance our reach, and we're really pleased that we're able to do that. We have 3 assistance programs for underserved, that's uninsured, uninsured, underinsured, and low-income patients. So through those 3 programs, we provide post-surgical products such as bras and prostheses, lymphedema garments, which are compression garments, and then cranial prosthetics, which are wigs and other head coverings for those who are experiencing hair loss. This particular support that we get through To Celebrate Life is in support of our lymphedema project, and that is an amazing project. It's just earlier this week we had a patient come in who needed, because of her limb length in her arms, she needed custom compression garment sleeves and then gloves, and we were able to say, yes, we can do that for you, and it's because of funding like this. So thank you so much. Please, for practitioners here, for advocates, if you have patients that are low income, underserved, please send them our way. We can help them. We serve patients from all around the Bay Area. Thank you.
The next grantee is Institute for Health and Healing, Sharon Meyer.
Hi everybody, so lovely to see you all here tonight. I'm Sharon Mayer and I am at the Institute for Health and Healing, which is the integrative program for SATA. So, and thank you so much for this funding. We really, really appreciate it. And what we do is we help patients with acupuncture, massage, different types of massage, Jinjitsu, and me, nutrition. So nutrition is such an important part of this, and especially when you're going through cancer. This is a time when when patients are feeling very unempowered, and being able to eat and know what to eat and how to go through various meals or planning or support during the treatment is very empowering for them. So thank you very much. It's going to be short and sweet, and see you next year maybe.
David Martin and Julie Griffin, please join me on stage. David is a past To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation board member. We miss him. And TCL supporter and longtime volunteers.
Great, thank you. Can I have that one? Thank you. It's my honor to present to the Latinas Contra Cancer program. And so we would like to invite up Darcy Green and Coral Yang. If you could stand right there, and we'll take a picture. Hi, go ahead and stand up there too.
Coral was a little surprised she was coming up, but she's our coordinator of health education, and she does a lot of work on the ground, so I thought it was important that she comes up. I'm Darcy, the new CEO of Latinas Contra Cancer, and on behalf of our organization, thank you to Celebrate Life Foundation for the investment you're making in the health of the women that we serve. I brought this brochure up here because I see that it says that your vision is that together with your help, no one will face breast cancer alone. And that really speaks to us because with the funds that you've awarded us, we'll make sure that our clients don't have to face any of the process alone. With these funds, we will navigate our clients through the process. We'll help them to identify if they're in need of a screening. We'll help them get to their tests, to their screenings, to their exams. We'll make sure they get to their follow-up calls and their follow-up appointments. If they have issues with childcare or transportation or anything else that comes up, some of the communities we serve, they face food injustice, they face violence in their communities. There's a lot of different social determinants of health that make up why one may not be prioritizing their own breast health. We understand that, and we're going to use these funds to make sure that we remove those obstacles for them so that they can prioritize their breast health. And if they do find out that they need some follow-up care because of an abnormal return, then we'll make sure we're there for them at that too. We absolutely make sure no one walks that walk alone. They always have us to count on. And with these funds, we can maybe do that even more for some more women and their friends and family who come in to see us. So again, thank you for this investment you're making in our organization, and thank you for the investment you're making in our community down in San Jose.
Next, I'd like to recognize the Marin Center for Independent Living, and Eli Gillardin, if you would come up. Eli, I've had the privilege to visit you several times for the site visit as a board member with the Celebrate Life, and also to refer people to you as part of breast cancer and cancer support services at Kaiser. And so it's my honor to present to you this check for the Mary Matthews Breast Cancer and Advocacy Program. And we'll take a picture.
David, thank you so much. It is such a privilege. And with me is Kelly Tyler, who is our breast cancer benefits navigator, and who really does the work at Marin Center for Independent Living. Amazingly, this is our 13th year as a recipient of To Celebrate Life's support. And I just have to express how grateful we are, for the continued support. I've actually been there for 13 years, and recalling where both TCL was and where Marin Center for Independent Living was in providing services and advocacy to where both our organizations are now, it's really a testament to the board of TCL, the leadership that you all provide to our community, and the commitment you have to the expansion of safety net services, not just ours, but the 23 other recipients. It's just incredibly powerful. So thank you to the board and to all the other recipients. At Marin Center for Independent Living, we provide emergency financial assistance as well as breast cancer benefits navigation. That's also peer-led and peer navigation to our breast cancer our breast cancer consumers. One thing that I think is really critical to recognize, the Commonwealth Foundation recently produced a study that shows that 60% of health outcomes are related to the social determinants of health. That's not what happens in the hospital, in the patient room, but what happens in the community. And so all of the recipients, the work we do at Marin Center for Independent Living really is about addressing that 60% to ensure that our underinsured women and men diagnosed with breast cancer preserve their housing, receive the emergency financial assistance they need, as well as the navigation so they can continue living. So thank you so much. Again, an honor and a privilege.
Mario Diaz, please join me up on stage, Vice President of Wells Fargo Foundation.
Thank you, Molly. Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to present one of two checks. The first one going to Marin General Hospital Foundation for the Screening and Diagnostic Fund for Uninsured and Underinsured Individuals. And I'd like to invite Tori Murray to tell us more about the program and accept the check. Oh, Allison Garrett instead. I apologize.
Thank you. Clearly, I too am a substitute. That said, I'm Allison Garrett. I'm the manager for the Center for Integrative Health and Wellness at Marin General Hospital. And I am humbled and honored to accept this check. I manage our breast cancer navigator, Allison Gause, who can't be here, and Tori. Influenza A has hit our department pretty bad. But as a manager, I do get the occasional, I need to speak to the manager, please. And the feedback I've received from our patients who have received this grant, it makes me verklempt. I can't even really talk about it. But they are so thankful, and I know a few are here. So on behalf of Marin General Hospital Foundation, our Breast Cancer Patient Navigator, the Breast Health Center, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, the next check is going to the Filipino Senior Resource Center, and this donation is going to support the Kapwa Kalinga Care for Each Other navigation and support assistance for low-income Filipina breast cancer patients. And Juvie Barbonio is here, so I'd like to invite Juvie to come up and join us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Juvie Barbonio. I am the navigator of the Filipino Senior Resource Center. We serve Filipino breast cancer patients, navigate resources in the community. So on behalf of the Filipino Senior Resource Center, we thank to Celebrate for Life for the continued trust and support for our breast cancer program. We are honored for being chosen as a grantee, a partner in this worthy advocacy, making certain no one should face breast cancer alone. It is something we value and hold in high esteem. Thank you to Celebrate to Life, and congratulations to the grantees.
Joyce Thornton and Lee Reynolds. They are both the co-chairs of the 2 Jack and 2 Jill golf tournament at the Meadow Club.
Thank you. I'd like to call Ana Ayala up. Ana is from Project Open Hand, and they provide nutritional programs for breast cancer patients.
Hi everyone, my name is Ana Ayala. I'm with Project Open Hand. We are a medical nutrition services organization based in Oakland and San Francisco. We provide medical nutrition services, including nutrition education, medically tailored meals, and groceries to people with chronic disease, also including breast cancer. And we're so grateful and honored to be part of this amazing group of people that are serving in the community. And, you know, with Project Open Hand, we truly, we are here to serve the community. We are a community beacon. For those of you who are familiar with San Francisco, we're based in the Tenderloin, and you know, we are a space of hope and engagement. And with this, we are able to provide more resources, more outreach to engage individuals who are dealing with treatment and need some additional resources, who are facing food insecurity, who have dependents that rely on them, and this allows us to continue to serve them and provide them the nutritious food that they need and deserve while they are battling their diagnoses. So thank you so much to Celebrate Life.
It is my honor to present this check to Dr. Jason Wong of the Samaritan House. Their program deals with holistic breast care at their clinic. Dr. Wong.
Thank you so much. Actually, this is my first year here at this event, and I just have to say it's so inspirational to hear people speak so passionately about what they do. So thank you to all the other grantees for that. Samaritan House has a free clinic in San Mateo whose mission is to provide a medical home for patients who have no insurance and have no access to health care. People like Alicia, who's a 42-year-old woman who came to us because she felt a lump in her breast. She didn't know about the clinic, but heard about us through another patient of our clinic, and she was referred over to our breast care center. There she met with our breast care navigator, who did her usual spiel with education and so on, and got her into the protocol for screening and diagnosis, and eventually, fortunately, found out that it was a benign lump, and she was able to be reassured about that. Our breast care clinic sees about 350 patients every year, and our breast care navigator is really nothing short of amazing. She's part educator, part detective, and part cheerleader. So the education part, very important for our patients who oftentimes have not had medical care in the past. Breast awareness and patient checking themselves and being aware of their own body is very important for our patient population. Part detective, as some other grantees have mentioned, trying to figure out, well, why aren't we getting our mammograms? Why aren't we getting the care and so on? Our patients lead complicated lives, and it often takes a lot to unravel kind of how to get the patients into the care we think they need. And finally, part cheerleader, which is probably the most important part, where they can share the joy of having a negative biopsy with the patients and also to help console them if they need to go on in the process. So thank you very much to Celebrate Life for this funding to help support our clinic. Thank you.
Lionel Shaw, he's the founder of the Each Foundation. He will be our next check presenter.
Thank you, Molly. It's a pleasure to be here this evening.
The Each Foundation is a very proud supporter for the last few years of To Celebrate Life. And I would like to call up Gabriela Caseta Perez and Barbara Cicerelli from the Lymphedema and Educational Referral Program at SF General. Congratulations.
I was like, do I take it? Do I not take it? What do I do? Barbara Cicerelli couldn't be here tonight. She's home with the flu, so you all are stuck with me, hearing me speak. My name is Gabriela Casada Perez. I'm the program education coordinator of the Lymphedema Education Referral Program, which we call LERP, over at Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital. So basically, it's an honor to be here tonight. This is my second year coming up, being with you all, and just feeling the love and really proud of all the work that we do here in the community. And over at the General, it's kind of like a dream come true to get to do the work that you get to do and help patients get access to the most vital thing, healthcare. And what we do with the LERP program is we do lymphedema health education and also provide lymphedema compression garments. And if anybody knows, those garments are really darn expensive. Most insurances, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, does not cover it. And an average patient out of pocket could end up paying about anywhere from $80 to $250. And if anyone was here last year, don't get me started with customs. They can sometimes go up to about $1,000. On that alone, last year over at the General, we saw about 150 patients, and we're able to provide 184 compression garments. That was just the over-the-counter and maybe about 10 customs. And I would not be able to do the work that I do if it wasn't for To Celebrate Life. And everywhere I go in terms of conferences, and if I'm asked to speak about lymphedema, they're always amazed that I am able to provide these garments at no cost to our patients. And a lot of the women and men that come in, they're in tears when I tell them, you don't have to pay for this, and I can actually give you two, because I'm able to. So this year with these funds, we're hoping to continue to do the work that we have been doing, but also very fortunate that I'm being able to get some additional assistance because of this check. So I'll be able to get a Cantonese speaking health educator / navigator. And if anybody's worked in San Francisco or in like a community-based clinic, we see about 35 to 40% of our patients in breast clinic are Cantonese speaking. 30% is Spanish, so that's me. I can speak the Spanish and then the English. And now to be able to biculturally and providing language in Cantonese is really a dream come true. So I really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's my honor to call up someone from the Shanti Project, Judith Bolitnikoff-Hawkins, please. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Judith Harkins from the Shanti Project. The Shanti Project started in 2002 after a citywide study showed that low-income and under-resourced women were being screened and diagnosed, but they weren't finishing treatment. And so we started a navigation program to help them get through treatment and help them face the unique challenge that they face. It's been our extreme privilege to be supported by To Celebrate Life for 15 years now. And we feel like they have made a huge impact in the work that we can do. So 15 plus years on in this kind of work, what do we know? What has changed? Well, what's changed is the treatments. We have access to amazing treatments now, and we're seeing better outcomes. But we're also seeing women are facing the same challenges over and over and over. It's the low resource women who are facing all the challenges that my colleagues here have all described before. So it's been our privilege to be able to work with these women over the years and try to help them with those challenges and help them get the best care and the best survivorship that they can. So I could talk about outcomes, I could talk about patients served, I could talk about quality of life surveys till the sun goes down. But what I'd like to see is bring it back to something personal, because I think that shows the best way of our project. So bear with me while I read off paper a little client story. Marta was 56 years old in 2012 when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer in her right breast. Marta and her husband are originally from Mexico, but raised their family here in the US. She worked in the city until her diagnosis, when she was forced to retire due to the physical nature of her job. Her husband now is retired also. She went through mastectomy, chemotherapy, radiation, and Herceptin treatments. 3 years later, at her routine follow-up, her MRI and CAT scan showed that her cancer had returned in her left breast and had metastasized to her lymph nodes. She started chemotherapy and continues to receive treatment every 3 weeks. Marta was referred to Shanti from a community partner after a diagnosis and continues to be active with our program 7 years later. Her care navigator provides emotional support, goes to appointments, provides translation. She's helped her receive financial support, transportation assistance, including taxi vouchers, meals, material support, including a prosthetic and bra, and complementary care from our community partners. Her care navigator has been particularly focused on her financial situation since she's trying to pay off $12,000 left of medical bills that she has from her treatment. She continues to be very active in our survivorship activities and serves on our community advisory board. She loves to attend our Spanish language chats and our nutrition courses, as well as receive massages and Reiki treatments. She's formed close relationships with other clients in the program and has been able to find support among a community of women facing similar challenges. Her story really does illustrate the kind of work that we do at Shanti and similar work to all of our partners here in the room. And we just want to give our thanks to Celebrate Life for supporting this work in our community.
Wow, it's so inspiring to be up here. So thank you so much for all of these great stories. Ray Kaliski from Harbor Point Charitable Foundation, please join me up.
First of all, I want to thank To Celebrate Life. We have been a staunch supporter of your work for I don't know how many years, 14 or something of that nature. And I am consistently amazed at the focus, intensity, and the result of what you create. Thank you so much. I have been honored to present my friend Regan Fedrick of Sunflower Wellness, who will be a recipient of a check from To Celebrate Life for their Beyond Breast Cancer work. Regan.
I always love this night. It's for us, it's such a night of just networking, collaboration. I think I often see former and current participants in our programs, people who refer into our programs, oncologists, navigators, all the people from different partnerships we have in the community. So, and thank you. I love your thank you to Celebrate Life, so I double that. I will follow up in the end. Sunflower Wellness, our focus is cancer and exercise. And I personally have been focusing on this for 18 years. We have been working on this for 15 years. And I'm happy to say, no pun intended, there's a movement afoot. It is growing. And I just returned from a huge conference in Chicago, ACSM Health and Fitness Summit. And not to steal from Ceres, but we too believe exercise is medicine, if you believe food is medicine. But there's a huge movement with exercise as medicine, and there's a real movement with cancer and exercise. So Sunflower Wellness is well positioned to lead this. We're certainly credible. We have probably more experience than, probably is not safe. We actually have more experience than any other organization in the country. And I have a lot of thank yous, for all of the partnerships and the support from medical, the medical community, and our team of participants, staff, and such that do the work on a daily basis. What do? We have three main focuses. One, we work in the clinical and medical setting. So we're with UCSF and Marin General and Shanti and Charlotte Maxwell and Kaiser and Stanford. We do exercise counseling sessions there, one-on-one consults with patients on a weekly basis. And truly, the simple way to explain that is we really meet people where they are. Ultimate goal is to keep it safe, do no harm, and really to make it doable, right? Because we meet people in all stages. So sometimes it's pre-surgery, post-surgery, during chemotherapy, throughout radiation therapy, and we really try to help people stay active and, again, just succeed, right? We want to make exercise programming successful for everyone that we work with. So that's exercise counseling. Second thing we do is we work with gyms and fitness centers or health centers. Harbor Point is one of those. Rolling Hills in Novato, Bay Club. We're starting a program with San Francisco JCC. I don't know, the list goes on, and we have a list on hold because we're ultimately waiting to do educational programs. So we educate the staff. We work with the trainers and the group exercise instructors to teach them how to safely work with the cancer community. And then the other piece is overall just educational, supportive care things. So we speak with support groups in the community, any chance we can get in front of tumor boards or to go and speak to roundtables, so that we're really just trying to bring up the awareness and the educational level for cancer and exercise. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much to Celebrate Life. You guys really helped seed this. Our pilot programs all started here in Marin. And this year, luckily, obviously we get to continue growing programs in Marin, but we also get to continue the growth with programs at Shanti in San Francisco, as well as Charlotte Maxwell in Oakland, and really just continue to hopefully help more patients stay active while going through cancer. So thank you very much.
Our next recipient is the Sutter Pacific Medical Foundation, Sydney Cantrell and Alejandrina Dinkel. Did I butcher that name pretty well? I think I probably did. Thank you. Big hand. And this is for their resource navigation and support for Latino breast cancer patients.
Thank you so much. It feels like, thank you so much.
Well, first, you have to take the picture.
Oh, okay. So many words to say, but deep, deep, deep gratitude to Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation. I realized that when Allie and I were driving up tonight, she said, you know, Cindy, it's so hard to make a difference in the world. And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation has made a profound difference in the world. When I think about all that you have done, and all the people that you serve, and all the heartfelt work that you do, I mean, it's a ripple, and it's literally, I can't even imagine, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I bow to you for your great work and all that you do to make a difference in the lives of people. You know, I recently did a publication or submitted for a publication. I was so troubled by women that were hearing their breast cancer diagnosis in their children's soccer field or at the Safeway, or the calls that they get and how they hear their diagnosis. And we as medical care systems have to serve people of many different languages, you know, Korean, Russian, Chinese. I had a patient the other day, I couldn't figure out what language she actually spoke, Tigrinya or whatever it was. But I thought about how cold it must be to hear a diagnosis by an interpreter through a provider over the telephone. So I'm so pleased that we have Ali and Jordana Martinez, because they literally are there. They are there when we tell a patient they need a biopsy, that they have a positive cancer diagnosis, and that we have resources to get them through that. Ali is there when patients are told their diagnosis, and not only that, but meets with them when they go through their chemotherapy education, their radiation, their survivorship care plans, and then also is there for their support groups and beyond. You know, it's interesting because Ali was telling me the story about a family that came in the other night with young adolescent girls to our support group. And I said, well, how was that received? And she said, actually the support person actually brought her husband as well. And I said, how was that? She said, you know, it's a family. It's a cultural shift. We need to help the adolescent girls whose mom has breast cancer. So just going to let Ellie thank you profoundly. I feel like I should do the curtsy to Celebrate Life. So here's Ellie.
Buenas noches, damas y caballeros. And on behalf of the support group, the only Spanish support group that Cindy created, we want to express our gratitude. And without your support, one of the patients told us that she will be sitting at home in tears. So thank you so much.
I would like to call up Dr. Cheryl Ewing. She's UCSF breast surgeon at UCSF Medical Center, and she is on To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation's Medical Advisory Board. Cheryl.
Thank you all. It's so wonderful to see so many wonderful faces over these years. I'm very honored and very pleased to give the grant award to the Tim and Jeannie Hammond Foundation. So Jeannie Hammond, can you come forward?
Thanks, I need that. First of all, I just want to thank Celebrate for Life to have the faith and trust in our foundation. We're the newbies, I think, around here. We're on our 4th year, and we have started helping patients with cancer who need a hand up going through their journey. And of the last 4 years, we have raised over $225,000, and we're grassroots, we're all volunteers, and 51% has gone to breast cancer patients. And we help women and men, but a lot of people that we are helping now are single moms. They're young moms, a lot of young married mothers who need both incomes to work. And when the mother's taken out of the picture, they're just too young. They're in their 30s, some of these ladies. And they don't have the wherewithal that I did when I had breast cancer at 60 years old. And I was in a different situation than these young ladies are. So we make house payments, we pay rent, we help them with their deductibles, and we do, I have wonderful volunteers, and I'm not going to take up all your time because you are all so passionate, but thank you, Celebrate for Life. And when I went to your first gala, I went, oh my gosh, that was us 20 years ago. And that's how I feel we are going to be and to grow and to help patients. Thank you.
The next grant recipient is the Women's Cancer Resource Center. Can I have Dolores Moorhead come and accept your check? Congratulations.
So every year, I get to stand here and be last. So I feel the pressure of that. But first, I really want to say, as always, thank you to Celebrate Life Foundation Board for recognizing the work of the Women's Cancer Resource Center. We have been around for over 30 years. You know, and when Jackie Winnow started this, it was because she believed, as we've said, that no woman should face this disease alone. And we continue to carry that mission as we look and realize that particularly women that are marginalized continue to face some of the things that when I started 30 years ago in this field, we're still facing those things. However, I look around this room, as I always do every year, and realize we are all part of being change agents. And that allows us to make a difference. We can't do it alone. Yes, WCRC has a navigation program. We provide financial assistance to Alameda and Contra Costa County. We have wellness programs, support groups, volunteers who answer our helpline, and we have a free therapy program. Yet, that still wouldn't be enough if we didn't have the partners of all of you to be able to refer to and to do a warm handoff to know that our clients will be served and they'll be served appropriately. I am the lead navigator for our navigation program. And as I think about that, I think about when you talk about cultural appropriateness, one woman I've recently started working with is older. She has food security. Yet, she was really upset when she thought that after she was diagnosed and had surgery, that she was done. And then she was told she had to have radiation. And now she has finally agreed to have Herceptin. I went to that appointment with her. She was not easy, but I also know that it was because she was afraid. And she was afraid because she lives alone. And she's also dealing with other things. So she wasn't quite sure she could make it. But the other day, for her first appointment, we sat there, and she said, you know, God sent you to me. I would never have done this without you. And these are the changes, and these are the things that we help, all of us, help our clients and our patients and our members and our customers, whatever word you use. But we're here, and we're serving them, and we are making a difference. So again, thank you to Celebrate Life for trusting us to be part of your mission and to help our community.
Well done, Dolores. I've shed some tears. I've been verklempt. It's been emotional. I want to thank you all for these moments of inspiration tonight To Celebrate Life Breast Cancer Foundation. We are absolutely amazed at what we do, and tonight was an unbelievable night, so thank you to everyone.
Can I finish the closing? I'm going to finish my closing.
I have a couple more sentences. We raise money to give it away, and tonight was absolutely no exception. $375,000 has been distributed in this room to amazing, worthy organizations. Thank you all. The grants that we fund are inspiring, and we love seeing how our dollars are helping those breast cancer patients in need, because it can be overwhelming. And it gives us great satisfaction to be a part of a terrific organization and a part of an amazing community that is so passionate and so thoughtful. Kristen?
Hey, thanks, Molly. Okay, so this is what we do. We raise money to give it away, and you've heard from all of our grantees for the 2019-2020 grant cycle, and it's so heartfelt, the work that we do. So I've been asked to give a plug. We have an amazing event coming up on September 28th. We have our gala. Our theme this year is La Vie en Rose. So it's going to be pretty special, and we hope to see you all there. So thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Congratulations to all of our grantees. We're looking forward to seeing you for our mid-year site visits to hear how things are going. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks again for coming.